This is the first episode of Bulette time. Bulette time. Bulette time. Feel the rhythm in the rhyme, it's Bulette time.
Oh God.
Yeah, we're gonna do some deep cuts. So this is a D&D live play show brought to you by the folks at Grid City Limited. I am your DM Barton, Didact Gaming on the Tweedzors. To my right, we have playing our Loxodon Barbarian from the Groll clans.
Smashing face.
Guntar.
Hello.
Thorpate.
Hello.
Twitterless Thor.
To
Twitterless Thor.
Twitterless Thor.
Hashtag Twitterless.
Hashtag Twitterless Thor. To the right of my right, playing the Loxodon Paladin. God, we have two elf people. Loxodon Paladin from Selesnya.
Wow, racist.
Dolphin. Amanda Shook.
Hello.
To my left, playing our Centaur Is-It Engineer, Ashley Martin.
That make no sense.
Yeah, no, it makes no.
D&D's supposed to make sense? Wait.
She's a storm sorcerer, by the way.
I thought I was here to make everything make sense.
No, to the left of my left, that loud, no, American Hellfire on the Tweetsor, or no, just on the Twitch.
Just on the Twitch.
Just on the Twitch, you're American Hellfire. Nate Peterson on the Tweetsor.
Yes.
Nate Peterson.
Nate Peterson underscore.
Underscore.
Because Nate Peterson was taken.
Oh, we're gonna track that guy down.
Boros Wood Elf Ranger.
I am the law.
Those
Unto
are okay,
yourself.
okay, Fred.
Do you betray the law?
So yeah, this is all gonna be.
This is going to be a cluster.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Thumbs up for cluster.
So
Like and
we're,
subscribe.
So
It's
I
like
know.
watching a card crash. Like,
Yeah.
just kind of gets away.
Here's the
So
connection.
Can't stop, don't wanna.
I will turn this game around. So I know, Amanda, you've had experience playing D&D. Thor, you play. Ash, you play. Nate, you're new to D&D.
Yeah, I'm very much new to D&D. I have never played a game in my life except for the one shot we did.
Okay.
So this is going to be an experience.
Okay.
I will say that I've only played 3.5.
You only played 3
And Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, like 2.
Ooh, AD&D 2. That's so much.
Yeah.
Be the boss you see in yourself.
I like it.
That's good stuff. And then Ash, you played pretty much everything since 3.5.
I did dabbled in 3.5, 4,
Yeah, played a little bit of Pathfinder.
did a little bit of Pathfinder.
And then MTG. Thor, you play MTG.
I play avidly.
I played for the first time in like 3 years,
There you go.
2 months ago.
There you go.
I still have
were you playing the Ravnica block, or were you playing just
No.
Okay.
I just played whatever decks I had. I still had a Sorin Lord of Innistrad from like 4 years ago.
Hey man, that's a good commander card.
That is a really good card, and I really enjoyed him.
Yeah. So yeah, we got players from all over. I
Let's just pause and we're gonna bring it back up and keep dropping frames.
okay. We're gonna take a little break. We got more gremlins.
Bear with us.
Bear with us.
Audio
We're new to this. Hello, stream again.
We're back.
We're back.
You missed us dying, so we're rolling character.
So yeah, everybody died. A meteor struck Ravnica.
The Inraiser finally came.
Yeah, the Eldrazi found their way to.
Oh God!
Yeah,
Oh
Oh,
God!
man. Worst outcome.
worst outcome. Level of
Assimilation
players
happened.
smote instantly by stream gremlins. So.
On that note,
On that note, just to reiterate, we have Thor playing our role Loxodon Barbarian. Then we have Amanda playing the Loxodon Paladin from Selesnya.
the better one.
Yeah.
Morally.
Morally.
Alright,
Is it Centaur, Storm Sorceress, Ashley, and Boros Ranger Wood Elf, Judge Dredd wannabe.
I am the
You're
law.
in
General
danger.
badass.
Oh.
Definitely not gonna die.
Definitely not gonna die.
Am I a danger to myself or the entire group?
Yes,
You're in danger.
you're in danger to yourself and everyone around you.
I'm in danger.
I am the danger.
I am the law.
All right.
So, a little bit of world lore for those of you that haven't played Magic the Gathering. I suppose, Thor, you're a little bit more versed on the setting.
Yeah, okay.
Tell us a little bit about
All right,
Ravnica
so-
as a world.
Ravnica is a world that is a city of a world. Think New York City meets London meets Paris all rolled into one, and that's the entire world.
So think Coruscant and Star Wars.
Yeah, Coruscant and Star Wars is a great way to think.
Could I also think Mega City 1 from Judge Dredd?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that I am Judge Dredd.
Yes. So Ravnica is separated into seats of power divided by guild association. There was at one point a guild pact signed to make sure the peace of Ravnica has established. I'm not sure if that piece is up right now. Our DM will let us know about that in a bit.
So, if you pay attention to the lore back in the MTG days, Return to Ravnica saw Jace Bellerin becoming the Living Guild Pact,
Yes.
and we will explore that in our game.
That's good because Ravnica has seen 3 different sets in the MTG world. The first was set in Ravnica City of Guilds way back in, I think, 2005. It was Return to Ravnica and Dragon's Maze was also a set expansion, and most recent, which actually Ravnica Allegiance comes out this Saturday?
This Saturday is
Friday night?
Friday night, Saturday
Pre-release,
night
so-
release.
I forgot that was
So yeah, we're in Ravnica right now on our current standard. So yeah, great place to be.
Yeah, great place to be. So yeah, like with what Thor said, it's a sprawling metropolis that takes up the entirety of the planet. It's split up into, there's 10 main districts, but there's different, smaller districts. Ravnica as a city, the capital city of Ravnica is Ravnica, and that in itself is split up into 10 districts. The 10th district being the epicenter of pretty much every guild.
We're the hustle and bustle.
We're the hustle and bustle. If you think Manhattan, that is what you're looking at for Ravnica itself, New York City with the boroughs. That's how you're kind of going to think about it.
Not unlike New York. Sounds like we're all warring, all the different guilds were warring against each other until there's just so many ghosts that we just don't know who to trust, so we're never friends.
Yep. So there are 10 guilds in Ravnica, with the 4 of you representing 4 of them: Boros, Gruul, Selesnya, and Izzet. There is also the Azuria Senate. They're the law writers. They are the ones that decide how Ravnica is governed.
Never listen to their poetry.
They are the government. There's also the Cynic Combine. They are basically mad scientists.
What do you think
Sharktopus.
Yeah, that's a big-
Sharktopus, it's a thing.
I know it's a thing.
Yeah, as well as a jellyfish hydra. The Simic are very, very much taking the natural order and kind of bending it to their will. They like to put, let's say, crab claws on an elf. Just because crab claws.
People.
Yep. There is the cult of Rakdos, who worship via blood carnivals a demon of the same name.
The showstopper.
The Showstopper. We also have the Orzhov Syndicate, who run the banks, basically bank mob. They're the trade federation, essentially. The Golgari Swarm, they are the Undercity. They make sure that everything is clean. I won't specify what clean means, but clean. And then we have the House Demir, which is previously to the other 9 guilds, was unknown until they just showed up one day and decided to be a guild. So, Stream Gremlin.
Oh, let's pick that up. We're-
Yeah, oh, you got your Stream Gremlin ticker?
I got the stream gremlin ticker. We are at 1, official.
Official one.
Official one stream
Official
Gremlin
one.
ticker. So, the 4 of you have been recruited by your guilds. Not necessarily your guild masters, but someone in your guilds have specified that you guys show up in the 10th district to a home of one of the nobles in the 10th district. There have been various things that need doing, and the 4 of you have been recruited by your guilds as a sort of team to help kind of restore some of the lost peace that's currently going on right now in Ravnica. To give you some perspective on what is going on, Jace Bellerin, who we have mentioned before, has disappeared from the plane of Ravnica. He's been missing for a couple of years. And in those couple of years, the 10 guilds have kind of gone a little haywire. There's a lot of infighting in the cities, especially in the 10th district, especially in the rubble belts.
I take no fault in that.
Could we say that we're having a rumble in the Bronx?
Yeah, pretty much. The Boros Legion have declared martial law and imposed curfews to mitigate the fighting between the guilds. The Orzhov Syndicate has been found funneling money between guilds to pay off blackmail ransoms imposed by the Demir. The cost of such payments have been passed on to the citizens of Ravnica, guildless citizens at least. House Demir has infiltrated many of the guilds. Having their hands in almost all of them, they're selling their secrets to the highest bidders. And knowing this, they're able to sow distrust between the guilds and hopefully rise as the new leaders. Cult of Rakdos has been kidnapping nobles and those in power for ransom. And when ransom isn't paid, their guests, well, they become guests of the Blood Chronicles. And then there's this lesbian conclave who's at war with the Gruul and Simic Combine, who have banded together against natural order to reclaim lost territory in the rubble belts, with the Simic modifying Gruul soldiers to increase their effectiveness against the Druidic soldiers of the Conclave. There's been a secret council of guild members, not necessarily guild masters, but members of the guilds who see this fighting as something they don't want to do with anymore. Leaders not willing to listen to reason of their subordinates. This council meets in secret. A new guild pact must be formed with several teams of 4 or more being dispatched throughout the districts to try and forge a new guild pact, living or not, to replace Jace Bellerin or otherwise. Rumors of Mizzet's guild pact forging machine, the Dragon's Maids, still exist and have been circulated. But today, your team has found themselves at the home of one nastiest bad. Life in the 10th district is never dull. A hub of constant activity that always offers a new opportunity, a new challenge, a new intrigue. It is a place where a promising adventurer like yourself can find your path to glory, riches, or power through your own allegiance to your guild. But first, you need a job. Today is your lucky day. This afternoon, you received a brief note from one of your contacts. I heard today from someone who is looking to find some help finding something. Seems serious. Might be a good opportunity for you. Meet outside the Sawtooth prison at dusk. At the appointed time, you find yourself gathered with other like-minded individuals the rest of the team. Outside the front door to a functional and unremarkable Sawtooth prison. A light rain begins to patter on the cobblestones as the sun sets behind the spires of the towers. You see a male Vidalcan. Vidalcan are a race unique to Ravnica. They are they look human, but they have a blue tone to their skin, much like the Awoken in Destiny, where they have that kind of blue pallor to their skin. They're very pale.
Zora.
Kind of Merfolk Zora-ish, closer on the range to like the Awoken, like Commanders of Allah kind of looking. No hair. They are usually very soft-spoken sorts of people. This Vidalcan is wearing a well-tailored suit, approaches your group from the side of the prison. His deep blue face bears a gentle but concerned expression. He raises his hand to hail you as he speaks in a low tone, his eyes taking your group and the nearby Enverons. Are you here to help us find something?
That's what my note said. That is what I understand to be true.
Guntar doesn't say it.
I was hailed for a noble cause. Relish at the back end.
We have need of your particular skills to assist in the retrieval of a convict who got loose just before sunrise this morning. He escaped during transfer to Bulette, a maximum security prison where he would have spent the rest of his days.
Criminal, you say?
Yes.
It's not my expertise.
Give us more information on this criminal.
His name is Crank. He's the boss of a large gang of goblins that operates on Boundary Street.
Guntar starts laughing. You're telling me you lost the Krenko?
Not me personally.
Well, obviously, you don't look like you can hold much of a fight. You lost. Guntar's still laughing.
Can you just speak in the third person, please? This is beautiful. I can't imagine that happening.
How do we know you're who we're looking for?
I am the warden of this prison.
So you did, in fact, lose him in transport.
Again, not me.
Is it not your responsibility to figure out?
I understand what you're saying, Master Elf.
Dobrin checks furiously the memo that he got, trying to cross-check whether this makes sense with his logic. How do we know we can trust you and that we should look for this person?
What notion am I giving you otherwise? I sent word to your employers and they sent me here.
Wiping a
Why
single
would they-
tear.
If they did not trust me, why would they send me? Why would they send me?
I've done stupider things.
Fair enough.
Wiping a single tear. Guntar. turns to, I'm assuming this is Nessius then,
Yes.
and he says, a chance to bring down the Gringo? Are you freaking kidding me? Let's do this. What are we waiting for?
I'm glad you shared our zeal for apprehending.
Oh, the Gringo, I don't care about them. I'm trying to get my name. I need to spread my glory. Catching a criminal of his caliber? Sure he is. Talk around the campfire.
Too much pride will take you down. Just saying.
Anyway, you said goblins. I know goblins.
You don't know these goblins.
And I'm just here to uphold the law.
Good man.
When did you go missing?
It was earlier this morning.
7 a.m. 2 p.m. What are we talking?
Sunrise.
Like, yeah.
Pre-sunrise.
Earlier this morning at 2 p.m.
Do you have any
2 p.m.
understanding of where he might be headed?
Not that I know of.
Do we know where his last location now?
From what my guards have told me, they were transporting him from one place to another. But a fog appeared, obscuring their view. And when the fog lifted, Brenda was missing.
This fog sounds suspicious. Where are they headed?
We're headed to Utsek.
They were headed to Utek. Take a little break here. Obviously, we need to swap some cameras. We'll be right back. We're back. I am Barton, Direct Gaming of Rivet City Limited. And this is Bulette time! Where we last left our heroes, they had arrived at the Sawtooth Prison in 10th District of Ravnica to speak with one Nessius Venn, a Vidalcan, or the warden of the prison, who had contracted their employer to track down an escapee. Words are hard. I can talk. A goblin by the name of Krenko. We rejoin them in media res as they are talking to the Dalkin, the Sawtooth warden.
So fog came, Cranko, poof.
From what my men have told me, yes.
Is there anything else that your men have told you that would be good knowledge for us to know?
Not from what happened. That he was there 1 minute, and the next, there was just shackles on the floor. Crinkle was.
Broken or unlocked, sawed.
Did the fog seem natural? Was it a rainy day out? What
It is.
time was it?
We do feel rain on our shoulders.
Well, it is raining right now. But Elkin just kind of gets this puzzled look like, what are you babbling about? No, my men were moving him from one location to another. I was not there personally. I do not know what happened.
Where-
Aside from Krenko disappearing when whatever fog showed up.
Can we talk to these men to get a better understanding?
Suppose you could, but they've told me all they know.
So we have zero idea where they were going or which direction.
So which location did they leave and which location were they going to?
So
We could search every district, starting with the first. It will only take us about at least a month.
That's,
Do we have any tracking skills? Tracking skills.
It-
The barbarian just shakes his head.
Anyway, where was the starting point?
normally, we would let the Azores deal with a situation like this, but we suspect that Franco might have had help from one of the other guilds.
Do you have any suspicions on who, what, and or why they wanted to do this?
Goblins wanted their leader back.
Well, I mean, he's a mob boss. There's a lot of people that want that. Really, the biggest threat to Krenko right now is the Shatter Gang. They're his biggest threat.
Shattered.
They're a rival goblin gang specializing in illicit weapons. And they want Krenko dead in reprisal for the murder of one of their lieutenants. The dead lieutenant also happens to be the youngest of 3 siblings that run the gang. They'll tear apart a neighborhood to find out why he escaped.
St. Nazius, could you back in your fastest rider to lead us to where the escape point happened, so we could see maybe potentially any clues that your men might have missed?
I suppose we could do that. I mean, I do need Krenko back alive. That way, we can interrogate him, keep him off the streets for good.
All right.
Why is Krenko such a high priority for you?
I mean, he's,
Other than that he's a mob boss.
I mean, he causes a lot of problems for the other guilds. Granted, he's guildless, he's out of most of our jurisdiction, but he's been inciting riots. And riots tend to make things much harder for your guild, I would assume.
In such times, it can be.
Right? So you understand the importance of retrieving Krenko, keeping him off the streets, and making sure that the problems aren't as severe.
Oh, I very much understand that. I'm just trying to figure out what to do from this point on.
Well, I'm prepared to give each of you 10 Xenos right now to cover any expenses you might incur in your investigation. Upon delivery of the criminal, you will receive 100 Xenos in my gratitude, which I will convey to your guild leaders. In no circumstances should you attempt to question Krenko yourselves. Capture him, bring him to me.
The law's greatest priority is our greatest priority. We are happy to serve you. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us before we start our search?
Just that we need him back. It's
Oh,
street
Is
goblin.
that Bulette?
Tiny little land sharks.
Damn those land sharks!
you're up to 7.
Already? Christ.
Or 6, sorry.
Okay.
There's one missing.
I suppose I could give you a bit of a head start. Normally, this isn't something we would give to people outside of the prison to work with, but I suppose this can help with any documentation that you need. And he pulls out a scroll case, a tube, and hands it to one of you. This is the dossier that we have collected upon Krenko. It's not much, but it has, it should help you in your apprehension. You will require this package upon completion of this task.
Jack's little thing, bring him back to you. You share Glentar's name?
Yes, I will tell Glover this.
Dobrin
He's
extends.
very, like,
Like,
like, he reaches like
Takes the
around, yeah. So there is he reaches around the barbarian to shake the paladin's hand. Because he's like, because he's noble, he doesn't want to.
it's like
People don't follow the old ways.
It's one of those like, you shake and then you just kind of wipe it on
just
yourself,
like,
like, gross.
I don't think my character worries about correctness.
And from this, after Cassius has finished heading off this, he goes, he retires back to his office inside the prison. So he goes into the prison itself and doors shut behind him. The four of you are left on the stairs leading up to the prison in the 10th district.
Did he say he was gonna send somebody to show us where they let him?
To
Lost
be
him?
completely honest, it did not sound like he even knew.
It didn't even sound like he knew where he was transporting him to and from.
I'm starting to wonder about the motives of this, but I will for now trust.
Did you hear that he said we're not allowed to ask questions of a goblin? Goblins are full of interesting things.
This one has no interest for you. This one will tell you lies, tell you things, everything you want to hear. He will not give you any of it.
Dobrin extends his trunk to where the dossier is, snags it
Oh, I
from.
didn't take it.
I think I had it.
Dobrin's trunk extends all the way over to where you're standing.
It's like five.
Takes it, reads the dossier.
Sure.
What do I find?
So, inside, I assume you all speak common.
Yep.
This is written in common. Krenko has been a goblin mob boss for several years. His turf was around Foundry Street. He has been a person of interest in numerous crimes befitting a mobster, but managed to evade the law until recently. Krenko was brought into custody by Gideon Jura, a freelancer working with the dwarves at the time. Krenko was found guilty of murdering Dargig, one of the Shattergate brothers, and of assault with a deadly weapon against Gideon. What's up, Stream Goblin? Ratchet that counter up to 3.
The mystical land shark.
Yeah, if he appears on camera, can we get like that's 2 instead of 1 for the counter?
The counter will run out within the next
Yes.
half hour.
Yeah. The weapon on his person at the time of arrest was a magic shiv.
The shiv originally?
Yeah, he had a shiv.
A magical one.
He had a prison knife.
Magical person.
Magical prison knife.
I don't know. I don't want to know where it came from.
Nobody wants to know where that came from. It came from a goblin.
There was a spleen involved.
Reportedly, this shiv could punch through force barriers. It isn't known how Krenko obtained this weapon.
Oh
Yeah. No, that's not good.
no.
I'm at least convinced enough that this person, this criminal, less than a person, is dangerous to society and to us, and we should completely go look for him, even if we do not completely trust the warden. We were slightly questioned. For now.
As a man of the law, this man is a criminal. He needs to be brought in. I say we go find him, although I also do have my reservations against the warden. I do not believe he has been completely upfront with us.
Well, Remember, this is D&D. You guys want to roll something and find something out, you just gotta tell me. That's how this game works.
Can I make an
I love role playing. I love giving you guys stuff, but you can roll till the cows come home.
Can I make a investigation check? Or actually, can I make a perception check to see if I see any like wagon marks, anything leaving the Salt prison that this transport of Prinko could possibly?
Sure. Yeah, give me an investigation roll. Do it with disadvantage because it's been hours and now it's raining.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, same roll. Cool. Investigation. That would be a flat 10.
A flat 10.
Flat 10.
Flat 10. Oof. It's good enough to get a little bit.
Can I try this?
Yeah, I mean, same roll with disadvantage.
Okay, so that's double roll, right?
Yep, roll and take the lower of the two.
Okay. Yeah, no. 5.
A 5? Okay. You both get about the same thing. You notice that there are a set of 4 human-sized tracks, along with a smaller set of goblin tracks. It's been hours since he disappeared. It's now raining. A lot of it has been trod over from just passing traffic. What you do notice, though, is exactly as the wordman said. There seems to be some sort of scuffle as the guards are trying to figure out what is going on. But from there, Prinko's footprints just end.
Which footprints?
Crankos. The
So we
goblins.
see 2.
The goblin set of footprints just
So there's
ends.
4 human,
There's 4 sets of human and
And
1
then-
set of goblin.
and then poof, no more goblin.
Are the shackles that Prinko are still wearing still there on the ground?
No,
No,
they've been cleared as evidence since then.
I just wanted to know if they were broken or if they were picked or if they were still locked when he escaped.
Can I roll investigation to look in the surrounding area of the prison?
Sure. I mean, it's going to be pretty much the same. But go ahead.
That's twice in the lower of the 2, right?
Yes.
Okay.
What's your investigation, which is, so you get a +2 in it, and then roll again, which is a 9.
9.
9, so you get about the same.
Cool.
There's not really much to gather.
Where do we want to look first? It sounded like he had potential allies in a specific district.
That was that street,
Foundry Street was his place of operation.
Or we could focus on his enemies, which I'm sure there are many.
let's start with the allies since that's a smaller list.
Okay.
I trust
In
your judgment.
Of course, in science, you always work with what you know first and work your way through.
Okay. Which way?
I can tell you from the sky via airship, I have no idea on the ground.
I mean, you'd have to go all the way back to Izzet to get an airship.
Rocket?
Can I do a, oh gosh, still on 3-5 land. How do I roll like for knowledge to figure out like local direction?
So that would be,
Would that be
let me just pull it up here.
investigation?
That would be an investigation. Let me pull up here. Just for the area, I would say that would be a history check, just for area, or let's see. I call it a history or investigation based on
Okay.
based on wisdom, which I believe they already are.
So,
History is intelligence.
History
I
is
will do
intelligence.
history.
Sure.
20, natural,
Shit.
plus 1.
Okay, so it's 21. We're looking for,
We're looking for Foundry Street, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Because
Yeah,
So-
'cause we're starting with the allies.
yeah, Foundry Street is one of the main thoroughfares of the 10th district. This is where a lot of the weapons manufacturing for the Boros happen. There are where a lot of the, I suppose, dry docks where would build their airships.
That's a Mark II. That one's a. Don't take that one.
That could still be considered a dry dock.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
an airship.
they build ships. It's a dry dock. There are those. It's mainly an industrial area on Foundry Street, just as the name suggests. So it's a long street, stretches quite a ways through the 10th district is rather large. If you want to think, 10th district would probably take up the size of about Minneapolis.
Okay.
What's right out there? 10th district is that.
Tally ho, let's pursue the criminal. Let's not call him a criminal when we get there. Also, who are we looking for?
So again, in your dossier, there is notable associates of Krenko's, Mr. Taz, with no other information, just the name Mr. Taz. A renegade weapons inventor named Baelish. She is a female human. She's seen around 10th Street. Both are persons of interest to the Azores.
Okay.
Who would normally take matters like this.
Shall we?
as we walk on,
Montage.
I'm just gonna keep my cloak up and just keeping an eye and see how the civilized people of Ravnica take my appearance. I kind of want. I like the sound.
Yeah, people are, at least to the Loxodons, people are more skeptical of why the two of you are in the more industrial area of the 10th district. As with the Loxodons, they tend to stay more towards the rubble belts and the wooded areas, the parks and things of the city. At least for you, Arcadia, the people they see that you're wearing more of the Izzet robing, so they understand that, your guild is represented here.
My job's over there.
You're an oddity to them, just because centaurs don't normally work for Izzet or any of the guilds that would really be associated with Bounty Street. And then you, Varys, you're basically a cop. They see you and they're like, great, Johnny Law is here.
Hello, I'm Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
I was gonna actually ask that as, how are people going to be perceiving the in-foundry?
They're not giving you their full respect, I should say. That would be the best way to put it. They're not giving you their full respect.
Okay, I'm just trying to piece this together using Minneapolis on where I would be.
Yeah, as I mentioned before, the Boros Legion have kind of imposed a sort of martial law with curfew and things like that to keep kind of that infighting.
The law must be upholded.
Pretty much, yeah.
The law of which I
Do we
am.
see any kind of costume shop or anywhere on Foundry Street that looks like we might stick out less?
Do I have to roll?
There are a few armor shops and things along Foundry Street.
But nothing that does not make my compatriot look
Companion.
like a cop. Companion of a set.
Can we decop the cop?
Yeah, there, I
Listen
mean,
to it, or-
you could,
We cannot shout that we are the law.
I mean, I am the law. You guys aren't.
I mean, there are
Speak for yourself.
shops that do carry armors and things similar to what he's wearing without
The giant Boros badge.
without the giant fisting sun on the front of it.
Yeah, I don't know if I've agreed to this yet.
Right. Are Celestians less trusted here?
It's not that they're not trusted, it's that they're just like with Arcadia being an oddity of being a centaur working for Izzet. For the two of you, it's more of a oddity that you would even be where there is no natural order. But you do find a shop. It does carry armor and things that you are looking for. And I'm being shown that it's time for another break, so we will come back in just a moment. Yay!
Just before we get to the armor part.
Just a moment. It's a stream goblin.
Yeah, move that up.
Okay, so
What perfect timing.
thank you everybody for watching the first episode of Bulette Time. We had some technical difficulties. Next week will be better, I promise. Can't do better than bad, right? Or can't do worse than bad, right? Right?
Let's not put that juju on us.
Yeah.
Don't you dare put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, for those of you tuning in late who missed the first two parts of our adventure tonight, our party has spoken to the Vidalkid warden of the Satu prison, who has informed them that Krenko, a goblin mob boss in Ravnica, has escaped custody while in transport to
We found him.
maximum security.
Yeah, we found him.
We got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, you got him.
I agree.
That's pure goblin right
I
there.
wish I knew goblin.
Which I spoke of. They ventured into Foundry Street to try and see if they could find out the whereabouts of this escaped prisoner, and now they are currently trying to find a set of clothes that aren't so
Conspicuous.
conspicuous for our woodland friend.
Hi.
Don't let them make you feel
Hi,
bad.
That's what we'll pick
I
up
don't
next
have a
week.
t-shirt on.
So what do you guys?
Yeah, but you
think
do
so
have a
far?
giant axe.
I do.
I'm still wondering why we were assigned together.
I'm kind of wondering that too. Like, scientist, barbarian,
Paladin.
a paladin, and a cop. Like, this is the most ragtag bunch that I've ever seen.
But remember, this is the people that are putting these teams together are doing so out of pretty much desperation because their leaders aren't following.
So we're just getting the Avengers together. Got it.
Yeah, pretty much. You guys might be the Avengers, you might not. You might be Team 7, you might be Team 9.
Can we be the Great Lake Avengers?
No squirrel girl for you.
Please be the Great Lake
You're
Avengers.
already a horse, you don't need to also be a squirrel.
Flying squirrel.
Maybe if you die and they get true resurrection, you can change your race.
I don't.
Yes.
If anyone asks, I happen to think modern invention is quite natural a phenomenon, and I find it beautiful. It's like, why is that Loxa down here? This isn't the forest.
I mean, it's just weird. It's just uncommon to the people that they would. That
It's
they
definitely something they would notice. Be like, there were two walks that I walked down the street today. I wonder what they were up to.
Two Loxodon and a centaur.
That was an odd.
And there was a cop with them.
Yeah, they probably got in trouble.
I just don't foresee us walking up and be like, do you know where this person is? And they're like, I'm not telling you anything. You're obviously cops.
Well,
I mean, then that's when I just become good cop.
y'all have moral compasses.
Yeah, no, you look good. Like if
I
we-
don't think I do. I do. I have a
Not with
compass.
that attitude.
I have a compass. It's just not.
Moral compass. You have a
No,
moral compass that just spins straight to fuck you.
Yeah, it goes. Guntar's had a rough life. He's
5/6 to fuck you.
yeah.
1/6.
I haven't met my ex.
Have you met my ex or have you met my axe?
Yes.
AXE.
So why don't we before we go here, why don't we share why don't we talk about a little bit more about our characters? And we didn't really explore that at the top. We just kind of said hey, here I am. This is my deal, and then just kind of blew over that. So let's kind of can we go down the line and just kind of let the audience kind of know what we're looking at in terms of characters. Magic
Starting
one.
with Dobrin. Dobrin is a middle-aged Loxodon whose past to the party obviously is not super clear, but at face value, he's kind of a almost lawful good character without being a lawful good character. Just very uptight, but weirdly empathetic individual. Just also really doesn't like too much ambition or pride being shown just personally, but also just feeling like
It's kind of reserved.
he feels like almost like a father figure without being a father. You're not my dad! For some reason, he's very paternalistic, especially with this Loxodon. He's just like, I see you going down a bad path, my son. You're not my dad.
He's pretty much like when you go to the zoo and you see an elephant, you're like, yeah. That very chill, yeah.
Yeah.
You're not high on anything. You're just, I get it.
Yeah. Very, very spiritual, but in a very mechanical kind of very book. He's been reading a bunch of books, and that's how he became spiritual. Not,
Zen in the art of motorcycle maintenance.
yes, not that he was he was in nature quite a bit, but that wasn't how he found his spirituality. There's something about his spirituality that seems very like it's a practice
Okay.
that he's working.
I read this book.
I just realized that I really wanted to be just right. I probably should have gotten chaotic good.
There you go.
Yeah. Or, even chaotic neutral.
Yeah. Speaking of chaos.
Really? Yeah, speaking of chaotic
Good
neutral,
segue.
we got two of those.
Yeah.
Let's start with the other elephant in the room.
The other elephant.
It's the polar opposite of the first elephant.
Let's just say Guntar is, he's not necessarily the most friendly of guys. He left the Conclave when he was 12 years old and has spent the last 50 years in the Rumble Belt. And if that experience has taught him anything, it is that you can't really depend on anybody but yourself. He is very arrogant in his power, arrogant in his might, almost to a flaw. It might actually be my flaw. But yeah, so he is a follower of the old ways of Ravnica, and he is convinced that eventually a god of destruction, a war god of destruction, Utmunger, is going to come knock down the plane. In his vision that he had early in his life, he had a vision of this Utmunger, and he's been searching for how to bring that about for the past 50 years. Yeah, he rages. One other thing.
You just
yeah.
have you have the whole backstory even written out.
Yeah,
already,
dude. Yeah, dude. I might have been the first character done, so I might have a little bit fleshed out.
No
I
need to
do
brag.
appreciate though that as a barbarian, as part of the Grill clan, as a Loxodon, you call it the Rumble Belt.
Yes.
I would like to remind you, it is the Rumble Belt.
It's Rumble.
The
Belt.
Rumble
It's the Rumble
Belt.
Belt. It's the Rumble Belt.
It's the Rumble Belt.
It's the Rumble
See,
Belt.
I hear Rubble Belt, and I think it's gonna be the next badge for the rock type gym in Pokemon.
Exactly. Last thing about Guntar is he only has one tusk. He's missing his right tusk.
Well, no, he has.
Oh,
both
yeah,
of them.
but it's like
the other
it's a
one
nubby.
is
It's
yeah,
a nubby.
it's a nubbin.
It's a nub tusk.
It's a nub tusk because he's got like a big gnarly
Yeah,
scar
got
to
a
the
scar
half of
going
his face,
through, right about there.
and it like blocked off like half of the.
Yeah, he looks a little bit like Leatherface meets like the Big Show.
That is haunting.
Yes.
It is very haunting.
Kind of what it looks like.
What if it was Leatherface that met Brock Lesnar?
Ooh, old school Kane.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah. Ash.
I am Arcadia, a very young centaur. She's only 20. Basically, first chance she got to leave the, what was it, Selesnya?
Yeah.
Conflict. Her parents were like, yeah, no, knock off this whole wanting to fly thing. She would like idolize the Pegasi of the conclave. The whole, when you're a kid, you think you can put on a cape and fly. That was very much Arcadia, only she has learned her magic manifests in minor flight at a young age. So she's like, no, I can fly. And so it's basically her parents sent her off to get over this flight thing by realizing, no, this is how you fly in an airship if you don't have wings, which is the natural order of things. She's trying to get over it. It's basically her big goal is to, that little bit of flight she had as a kid, she wants to either make something or just enhance and actually just be able to fly. Not with an airship with other people, just her flying.
Solo flight.
Love of flight.
She basically wants to be four-legged Rocketeer.
Rocket hooves.
And if you haven't seen The Rocketeer, it's
Good
the
movie.
best damn Marvel movie outside of Iron Man 1.
I can see an anime based on Arcadia now.
Yeah.
What?
I can see an anime based on Arcadia.
We already got the soundtrack. You mentioned all these.
Yeah, I've been working on a soundtrack for Arcadia on Spotify.
There you go.
So if you look for the playlist Arcadia, it should, like, the first top 3 songs have the word flight in the title.
We'll drop a link later for that, for those of you
I do
listening later.
not have
Or-
a Spotify playlist, but if I did, it would, for Dope Room, it would all be like classical.
It's just chill hip hop you can relax to the
Yeah, chill wave.
Varys, Mr. Name,
Hello.
what you got? What you got?
Show me what you got. So, Varys Duval, our nice.
The last name.
Yeah.
This is the only one.
I'm the only one that has a last name. Well, because he's got to be officer something.
Fair. Go
Cross the
on.
V.
Varys, unfortunately, did not have much of a family and was taken in by the Boros. And so much of the rest of the Legionary is his family. And there's good things about that is that there is an angel that knows of him, or that at least knows his name.
I mean, that just comes with the
World.
Legion. They're run by an angel, so yeah,
She
she would have to know your name.
She learned my name!
She knows everybody's name. You're not special.
Don't tell Varys that.
Yeah, like don't let the cat out of the bag.
But
Genie's out of the bottle. How do we get it back in?
the law is what Varys knows, which is why he.
It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, and so that's why I continue to say that he will become Judge Dredd at least at some point. But that's pretty much what it is that Varys is just a cop that's looking to continue to uphold the law in whatever means necessary within a certain boundary.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Very cool. Yeah. I mean, this game, I really want to take you guys places that like I want to hit like the keystones of like the Magic the Gathering setting and like have those like you play the game and you have like these weird sets of cards that just show up and you're like, this is really weird to see a Sphinx fight a Chupacabra. Because that's in standard right now.
Geek Salon,
That's in
man.
standard right now. You can fight a chupacabra.
I know. Still.
It's ravenous.
Yeah. Ravenous. Dig it. But yeah, I want to take this. I want to kind of explore because with Magic the Gathering, there's all sorts of different planes too. Like, Ixalan, Zendikar, Innistrad, Kaladesh. There's a lot of places we could go. And there's a lot of places that we could go, a lot of places that we might not go. It all depends on Theros.
That'd be good.
Part of me wants to think that Barbarignos is probably from Theros. He's a Cyclops.
He is a Cyclops. There's a lot of those in the groove.
Yeah.
Smash days.
So yeah, I suppose let's see what are we doing on time here. We got a little bit more. Suppose a little bit about Rivet City Limited. We're a local geek outlet in Minneapolis, based in Minneapolis. We go to a lot of cons and everything. Bergie, our man behind the board, you can't see him, but
He's waving.
We're waving in.
I'll be his wave for you.
At Tritus on Twitter if you want to follow him. Otherwise, manning sound and everything is our buddy Rivet City Red. He's also on Twitter as at Rivet City Red. We're all sitting here having fun. He's actually been nice enough to reserve us the space that we are using for the show for the foreseeable future. Otherwise, you can find me at Didact Gaming on Twitter, on Twitch, on Facebook, st.deathloon, DETHLOON on Instagram. I should share most of the stuff pertaining to the show and other musings on the Twitters, though. Then there's Twitterless Thor.
I want to see that.
Twitterless
in
Thor.
I want that to be a.
Hashtag Twitterless Thor.
That will be a trip.
So if you want anything to get to him, go through me.
Can we just have hashtag Twitterless Thor in the title?
Yeah.
Like at all times?
Just,
We'll get it there.
We'll see.
We'll get it there.
We'll see.
Nate, how can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Nate Peterson _. Unfortunately, Nate Peterson and Nathan Peterson and any other variation of that was taken.
hey, give us those. We
EN,
want 'em.
not ON.
Yeah, Ian Peterson. On Instagram, you can find me at American Hellfire.
Same thing on Twitch.
Yep, same thing on Twitch. American Hellfire. Pretty much everywhere you can find me. Other than that, you can probably just find me on like any kind of gaming platform, console-wise.
There you go.
You know, not playing games that I actually work on. Shh.
They're not supposed to know he's not on the job right now. They let him out of the cage for a little bit.
Actually, you know, we just had like a whole transparency training thing yesterday.
Doing a good job of it.
So yeah, with that, yeah, I do work for Activision, and that's about it. Any views or opinions that I have are my own, do not reflect the company, and...
Blizzard's still in there! Get him out! It's on fire, please.
And no, can I answer any questions in regards to future content of games, Destiny, or any Blizzard
The
property?
answer is their game.
It's a game.
It's a game that
It's a
you
game,
can
guys.
play.
It's a game that you can play on your console.
Of choice.
But yeah,
A console.
On a console.
if anybody ever wants to like play any games with me, I am an unknowable fire on Xbox and Mustang 1970-2 on PlayStation. Those are like the two consoles that I frequent the most. I don't have a good enough PC to do anything except for like League of Legends. Which, if anybody does play League of Legends, they will notice that my character's name is taken from League of Legends. Also, an elf archer.
Hey.
How that works.
Breaking the wall.
Memes.
Brick in the wall, brick in the wall.
Ash, how can they find you?
They can find me.
A high investigation role.
With a high investigation.
Such a D&D.
I don't even know what my Twitter handle was.
Dark Wolfpaw on Twitter, ladies and gentlemen.
I realistically will not check it. I as you said, I couldn't remember it.
Yeah.
Hashtag Twitter.
Oh, usually I just surf Twitter for stuff. I don't really post much.
The funny story is most of us are Twitterless now.
There you go.
I have a Twitter, I just
Don't.
Yeah.
not super
If you
active
scroll back
on
through
it,
mine, you can find all their Twitters except for that one.
except for that one.
GG, mate.
Much more
But yeah,
likely to be-
that's our show for this week at least. Next week we'll pick up where we left off.
Tune in next week.
Chef
Tune in next
shenanigans.
week. Thanks to all of our new followers. I don't have a list of those yet, just because we don't have that capability for me to say hi.
We'll catch those at the beginning of next episode, maybe?
Maybe, or we'll catch them.
Whenever we catch it.
When we get that capability. Who knows?
Yell at us in
Yeah, that
chat.
technology, maybe.
Same bat time, same bat channel. Next week, Tuesday, 6 p.m. right here, Rivet City Limited. Have a week.
Bye.